France sending another 1,000 troops to the troubled New Caledonia in the wake of 3 days of violence. Good evening, Graham Evans in Melbourne. Also making the news tonight, a public clinic to be closed tomorrow because of a dispute over staffing levels at psychiatric centres. Melbourne facing its first total fireban day of the summer tomorrow. And in sport, the West Indies cruise to an easy win over Australia. France is further boosting its security forces in New Caledonia following the deaths of 3 people since Friday in violence involving supporters and opponents of independence. The extra 1,000 police will lift the total sent to New Caledonia since November to 3,000. A dusk to dawn curfew is in place under the state of emergency declared yesterday at the height of the troubles so far.
The day started peacefully after a turbulent 24 hours in which police shot dead 2 black Kanak militants, the Melanesian group fighting for the territory's independence from France. But the gendarmes were back on the streets as violence flared once again. One of the dead militants was Nouméa Accord, a leader of the Kanak Socialist National Liberation Front, which has been promoting civil disorder. The confrontation continued through the morning with demonstrators hurling whatever they could lay their hands on and gendarmes firing stun grenades in return. But as quickly as the violence had started, it ended, and the 2 sides were exchanging words instead of missiles. A state of emergency was declared by the special envoy from France, Pisani. A dusk to dawn curfew was one of a series of restrictions placed on the community. What was described as a crisis cabinet meeting in Paris decided to send another 1,000 police to the territory. Tension had been building in the South Pacific territory since Nouméa Accord put an axe through a ballot box in territorial elections boycotted by the FLNKS. Militant Kanaks then set up a number of roadblocks, which brought the area to chaos and confrontation with white settlers. The lunchtime lull in street violence ended when a small group of demonstrators started throwing missiles at the gendarmes again. But not all of the protests have come from the Kanak community. French settlers have been out on the streets following the shooting of the 17-year-old son of a white farmer. And it's the prospect of widespread fighting between the 2 communities over independence that's prompted the French government to rush further police to the South Pacific territory.
The Department of Foreign Affairs has again warned Australian visitors to New Caledonia not to travel outside the country's capital, Nouméa, and to stay away from the city's downtown area. A Foreign Affairs spokesman said today any decision to travel to New Caledonia remained a personal one, but that intending tourists should be aware of the tensions which had led to the declaration of the state of emergency. The spokesman said reports this afternoon from Nouméa indicated that the downtown area was again quiet, but the situation was being monitored.